Just if you're listening to them and you're not listening to us, what the fuck is wrong with you? Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host, Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, man. You know, just living the dream. Every day is a challenge,
an
adventure.
Dystopian dream?
I think so. Like, I go back and forth on this. One day I love it, next day I hate it. Today's, I think, a love day.
Today's a love day. Wow.
I think it's a love day. It's hashtag love day. It's, hey, it's all right. It's looking nice outside. It's Friday.
It was snowing here yesterday.
It was snowing here yesterday, too. I didn't go outside. I feel...
What's outside?
Exactly. You're not wrong. But yeah, it's Friday, whatever that means. I don't think it matters if it's Friday
It's just
anymore.
like day now.
Right, exactly. But no, it's good. It's a good day. Didn't get much sleep last night, so I feel I feel almost hungover.
I hate that. That's like 30-40% of my days. And not because I'm actually hungover, just because I sleep like shit.
Yeah. I went to bed far too late playing a stupid iPad game.
Oh, what are you playing?
It's this one my daughter plays. We play together, and then sometimes I play by myself because I'm a psycho. But it's like a paintball.
Oh, so you're playing kids' games.
I'm playing children's games on.
Well, so am I. That's okay.
But yeah, it's like a paintball game. It's like, instead of shooting actual bullets, you're shooting paintballs. So it's, I don't know, less violent apparently. But it is fantastic. And I got like 3 new guns last night, so it was terrific.
Oh my God. So like, does she get mad if she wakes up and you have new items that she didn't earn?
Yeah, if I'm a higher rank. So like, I think I got to level 50.
She's like, Dad, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's playing right now. She has like between 9 and 5 to make her moves, and then I'm like between 5 and like 1:30.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Is that what time you go to bed?
Fuck, I went to bed. Yeah, 1:30, quarter to 2 last night. It was way too late.
Wow. Yeah. I was saying before the show, I go to bed at I'm in bed at like 8 o'clock.
That's the dream right there, man.
You know,
I'd kill.
Look, I'm just sitting, I'm just trying to, like, I don't want to deal with shit after that time. That's it. I just go into bed and I watch TV and fall asleep.
Oh, that sounds great. Would you watch anything good last night?
No, we've been watching this show. So, like, we're like running out of shit to watch. And, like, the other thing, too, is, like, we could probably find a couple things like we still haven't watched the new season of Ozark or anything like that, and but we're also finding that we like don't have the attention span for these like serious shows.
I agree.
I don't know why, but like we just don't. So like we'll be sitting there and we'll both be like, either talking or on our phone or something, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, wait, what just happened? So we're like, well, we would rather just not watch. So we've been watching like mindless shows that you can just put on and, pay attention to half-assed, and they don't take much brain power.
Right.
So we've been watching this like baking show. And it's called Nailed It. Have you ever seen this?
Are you kidding? It's a family favorite here. Everybody in my family watches it.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah. So we just watched like the first season this week, and we're just like throwing it on at bed when we go to bed, and it's been great. It's a great show.
No, that's a family show. Fiona loves that one. That's like her favorite. That's her favorite show. That's like her favorite. I think it was her first like quote unquote adult show.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this is the greatest show ever. So yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, we've watched, I think, every single episode of that. But I feel I'm the same way, like in regards to attention span. I find we're watching a lot of YouTube clips a lot more lately. Like we'll watch, I don't know if you watch, speaking of cooking shows, you ever watch like Binging with Babish?
No, but I'm sure my wife knows about it.
He's fantastic. He'll do, it's great. Like he'll do stuff that comes up in TV shows. He'll recreate them. Okay. So like he has like a It's Always Sunny one where he does like a grilled Charlie and like he'll do it like the way Charlie does it, and then he'll do another one where he makes it better. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's fun. Like he did Mac's Famous Mac and Cheese, like that kind of thing. So anything that's ever
with or without the dog.
I think he goes into that one, but like I think he does like Homer's famous moon waffles when he's home alone when the family's at church. So yeah, anything from any show, like a lot of Parks and Rec stuff, a lot of, but it's pretty good. So I highly recommend.
That's cool.
YouTube clips. Like that or like obviously like Hot Ones. That's always a go-to.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of YouTube stuff I find lately.
Interesting. But yeah, so what's your general state of affairs this week? Are you since Monday, have you, like, you've been flip-flopping pretty hard?
I have been flip-flopping pretty hard. I feel I've been watching less outside media. So less, daily briefings, whether it be U.S. or Canada. I've been watching less news. I'm just really
daily briefings are gold, though.
There's something. Was there one yesterday? I didn't see.
Oh, there was a big one yesterday. He rolled out all the, like, what's it gonna look like for the phases of reopening all your economy and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. I might have to rewatch that one this morning then. But yeah, so
there was no like. I thought there would be more fighting in it. There was not enough fighting.
The one fight.
Oh yeah, it was so good. I know what you're talking about already.
That was so good. I watched it live too. Every time I turn it on live, I happen to catch like the best part.
Oh, all right.
And that happened again with the reporter from CBS. I think was it CBS News?
Probably.
Anyways, it was good. Like, yeah, but what have you done in the month of February? But January.
That must have been. Was that the one where he played the campaign video?
The propaganda video?
Yeah. That was just so great. Like, the whole thing was just fantastic.
We're just going to watch a quick video.
Okay, class. Okay, everybody sit down. Make sure you're social distanced. We're going to watch a movie today. It's the Substitute President. Substitute President. We're here. We're going to watch a nice little film. Please take notes. There'll be a quiz after.
Yeah, the one,
and he just like wheels in that big ass TV, like so that's strapped to the cart.
It would have been much better if it would have like been an old tube TV. Like,
yeah, exactly,
like
strapped to the cart, like when we were kids. Yeah, exactly.
That would have been great. Yeah. Sir, there was nothing in February.
February is a shit month anyway. Nobody cares about it. It's probably the worst month. Valentine's Day. Who needs it?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I thought that was sheltering myself from those. I also feel like people aren't as worried about it this week than they were as much last week. Like I went to the grocery store, I feel like Monday or Tuesday. And I think the week before, I would say 70% of people had masks on. And then I went on, like I said, Monday or Tuesday, and I feel like I was the only one with a mask on. So it was just like it ramped up.
I think that's going to be a big problem, though. I think that's going to be a huge problem because people are going to like start not taking it as seriously because it's like going to slowly start opening back up, and then you're going to see giant outbreaks again.
Yeah, like it was definitely that this week. I noticed, at least in my little part of the world.
And I think people are overestimating how quickly their stuff is going to go back to normal. like this phase 3 approach, I mean, you could be waiting till fall for that in some places. I mean, ooh. I think in the Northeast, yeah, it's like you have to, just to get into phase 1, you have to have 2 weeks of declining cases and 2 weeks of declining hospitalizations, all that stuff. Then in phase 1, you have like still no gathering of bigger than 10 people. Some businesses are open, like restaurants, gyms, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But then you got to have another 2 weeks. Then phase 2, still no gatherings of 50 plus, another 2 weeks. And any time during this, if you see that spike in cases, you go back to stage 0. So, like, you could be waiting quite some time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I think you'll see sports come back, but I think you're going to see sports come back with no fans.
I don't know.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think the only team or the only sport so far that is like given a hard date on when they're coming back is the PGA, which makes sense because that's a sport you can do pretty much without any fans.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I mean, I'd prefer it without fans.
Right. Right.
I can only hear Baba Booey so much. You know what I'm saying?
Get in the hole!
But yeah, I saw I think it was, I don't know if it was Japan or Hong Kong, like a baseball league start up there, I think this week, to no fans, which was interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, so, yeah, we'll see.
Anyway.
What happened to the world?
I don't know, man. It's crazy. The world has gone mad. All right, so we got a little bit of a bounce since Monday when we recorded, or Tuesday, whenever that day was. So we are now back over 7,000 for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin up 1.6% in the last 24 hours, 3.14% in the last 7 days to 7107. Thoughts?
Thoughts is my prediction last week when I said Friday was the best day to buy. It looks like shit now. Considering it bounced, Thursday going into Friday.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. What's Friday today, isn't it?
Wait, I bought on Friday, didn't I? And that was perfect.
Last Friday was perfect. This Friday, not so perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying last Friday.
Oh, yeah. Last Friday worked out perfectly. This Friday, not so much. So I have my.
I mean, unless it's going to keep going up. So are you saying you don't think that's the case?
I'm holding off on my Friday buy until maybe later today, maybe into Saturday. I'm going to monitor it.
I have also not bought today. I didn't buy yesterday. I didn't buy today.
That's just because it was over 7.
Right. That's my just fake rule that I've put in place.
I like
myself.
it. And are you just accumulating the USD kind of every day? Because
yeah. So my Cash App automatically deposits $20 into my Cash App every day.
Gotcha.
And then if I don't buy, it just sits there. And then when I finally buy, I do it all at once.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, that's looking like a good plan.
So far, so good. I think. I mean, it's And then it's just $20 a day, so it really just averages in anyway. It's not like the craziest thing,
right? Exactly.
But anyway, I
wonder who else is buying Bitcoin.
I think it's just me.
You and me, and
I mean, I don't know. There seems like some other people on Twitter that are buying, but that's about it.
I also feel like
are they buying though, or are they trading? Like those are two different things.
Absolutely. I also feel like there's far less people on Twitter now than there used to be.
Yeah, there's like 6 of us left, I think.
I also feel like I feel, in the past I was pretending to be an OG or to be like an actual part of the community.
Right.
I really feel a part of the community now. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, I look at, we talk about my shitty, participation when it comes to Twitter as far as like other people participating in my tweets.
Yeah.
And I start looking at other people's tweets. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, you got 100,000 followers and you have like 4 more likes than I do. I'm okay.
Although you did put out possibly one of the trash tweets of all time.
Which one? I so many.
The one that I responded to this morning.
Let me read it for you. Hang on 1 second. It says, oh, and I also thought of a new technique when I tweet.
Just piss everyone off. That's what works for a lot of people.
So, the tweet that you're talking about is, this was from 11 hours ago. So I was definitely going crazy at this point. I see a lot of people talking about freedom. In my opinion, overrated. So I do see a lot of people talking about freedom. And I feel the term freedom gets thrown around a lot. Are we really that free, to be perfectly honest? We're really slaves to society at this point.
But what's overrated about it? Those are two different things.
Overrated about reacting to freedom is overrated. Like the overrated.
But that's not what your tweet says.
Yeah, well, and when I'm doing a piss off tweet, it's all going to be low caps. So when I'm doing
what does that mean? No capitalization?
No capitalization. So if I'm being an asshole, if I'm being a prick, or if I'm, just trying to get under people's skin, it's going to be all lower cap or low.
Why?
just so I know, so I can see it.
Okay. So like when you go back,
I can go back and be like, oh yeah, this one I didn't actually mean.
This is a
lowercase tweet.
Okay, so now I need to know how the strategy started. Is this a strategy that has come from the fact that we do defend that tweet, and you have to try to remember where your head was at when you tweeted this?
Yeah, I think that's a part of it. I also like the all lowercase. I think aesthetically it looks pretty funny too. But this is test one, so this is the first tweet I've put out using this technique.
Okay.
So this is going to be going forward. Anything that has proper punctuation and grammatically correct, that will be an honest take, and anything that's lowercase is going to be more of a get under your skin, me being a prick tweet.
Got it. Okay, I'm into this. So I'm gonna start trying to see if I can identify.
Yeah. So you know this, and whoever's the 4 people that are listening will know this. So we'll see how it reacts.
I'm into it. I like the strategy. But anyway, so we've got Ethereum up 7.5% this week at 170. Tether back to the number 3 spot, and then everything else is just pretty much the same. XRP at 18 cents, Bitcoin Cash at 233. These are just 1-2% changes, so nothing wild. BNB though, 14% this week.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. Tezos up 11%. Everything else in the double digits. Yeah, that's where we're at. So, what are your thoughts on the current market?
I think for the short term, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, to be honest. Let's just get some Bitcoin.
That's big for you.
That is huge turn of events.
So I think, what is it? Tell the people.
I think, it's just a matter of collecting and gathering more Bitcoin until we get some sense of normalcy, or we get a true direction on where the market's going to go. I think I'm okay now. I think we've heard a lot of smart people in the past say, hey, I'm okay missing the 15% move up or the 20% move up if I catch the rest of the 80. I think that's what I'm going to wait for, is just like a definitive turn in the market when it comes to alts, and then, pick up bags here and there as I see them ready to move.
I like it. I think it's a good strategy. So I'm doing the same. I have no alts.
I got alts.
You do? Oh boy.
Oh, I got alts. I'm just not buying any more alts.
Okay.
So as those alts pop, I'm taking typically I'd say about a 75% of the stake, leaving 25% in for a little bit of a moon bag.
What's your current portfolio look like? Are you
That's a good
destroyed
question.
Or are you like?
No. Solid.
Okay. All right.
I mean, when I say solid, I always mean to BTC.
Of course.
Right? Yeah.
Because that's what you do. Yeah.
That's what I do. So overall,
I feel like that's probably the right thing to do, but I don't. Let's put it this way: when I'm in alts, I'm talking BTC, but I don't dabble very much in alts anymore.
So my overall portfolio since day one, since December 2017 to today, I'm up 74% in BTC.
Wow, that's pretty good. From day one?
From day one. Day one. I've been using the same app more or less.
So you're just wrecked on USD. But that's because of the state of Bitcoin.
But I mean, even USD, I'm up 36%.
Oh my God, look at you. You don't deserve to be on a show called Wreck.
That again, but you buy when you're buying when it's $4,000, that helps. When you're buying, I've lucked out on a couple decent alts. So it's I bought a lot at the $4,000 range. That's where I kind of stopped doing my really big buys. I started buying again, obviously, lately since it's gone down. Like, ooh, this seems like a good time to buy. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I think that's the move. As the alt positions that I have pop, I'm taking a big piece out and keeping it in BTC, putting in my hardware wallet, and and just waiting and biding my time until I think alts are I don't know. I don't want to say safe, but until our alts are looking good,
they're never safe.
No, they're never safe until we get that 3-day alt season again. Maybe I can get in on day 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. All right, cool. Well, that's going to do it for our beginning here. We are going to get into the news. All right, you got 2 for us. Pick one.
I do. I'm gonna go with my favorite place in the world.
I had a feeling this is where you're gonna go. I mean, you can't not talk about them.
No. CFTC charges Florida man for sale of
a good old Florida man story.
CFTC charges Florida man for a sale of CompCoin digital asset in alleged fraud scheme. In the past, I've always called Florida the Wang of America.
Yeah, I think you did it on Monday.
And
you literally did it on Monday.
So the reason I bring this up is I've been wrong this whole time. It is not the Wang. And I can't remember who said it. I want to say it was either John Oliver, possibly, or Seth Meyers, or maybe it was the new Louis. You know what? It was the new Louis stand-up. That's where I heard it. And it's not the Wang. It's, in fact, the shit or the turd of the body of America. So imagine the body of America is just squatting, and it's a hunk of poo hanging out the bum of America. So I think it was from the new Louis stand-up. I saw that. So the turd of America, Florida.
Oh my God!
Is
wow, you're pissing off dozens of our listeners.
That's okay. I don't think they know how to work a computer.
Oh my God.
I love Florida.
God.
My daughter keeps wanting to go. My daughter, the only state that she knows in America is Florida, and she wants to go there so bad.
Now, why does she know that?
I think it's just because Disney World is there, to be honest.
Okay.
But yeah, she's aware of Florida, and to be honest, a lot of Canadians have a second home in Florida, so they'll spend 6 months there, 6 months here. So we have a lot of friends of the family that travel down to Florida, and they'll stay there from like after Christmas until the spring or the summer.
Snowbirds.
Exactly. Caw-caw! Let me get back to the story here. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission, also known as the CFTC, has charged a Florida resident and his companies for illegally collecting $1.6 million in an alleged leveraged foreign exchange fraud. According to the complaint, Alan Friedland had defrauded customers through 2 companies, FinTech Investment Group and CompCoin, from 2016 to 2018. He allegedly enticed customers to purchase a cryptocurrency called CampCoin, not CompCoin, by falsely advertising the token holders that they would have access to art, or I guess it's ART, a supposedly high-returning foreign exchange trading platform. So ART is this trading platform. However, defendants never received approval from the National Futures Association, the NFA, regarding ART. The complaint said, meaning the customer could not legally apply for the algorithm. As a result, CompCoin holders never got to utilize ART as promised. So the NFA has filed a responsibility action against Friedland and FinTech Investment Groups in March of 2020 following the former's alleged failure to provide the requested information. The action has prevented them from further soliciting customers related to the exchange. Right now, the CFTC is aiming for civil monetary penalties, restitution, and permanent bans on registration and trading against the defendants. So just your typical 2017, 2018 bullshit. You know what I mean? We used to read these stories like daily, I think.
I know.
Back in the early days of REKT. So
now it's only Florida men committing these crimes.
And for the record, that new Louis stand-up special, I don't know how you feel about Louis, was pretty amazing. The only thing is you have to, I guess nobody wants to touch him with a 1,000,000-foot pole. You have to buy it from his website.
Yeah.
which is totally worth it. It was like $6. Amazing. It was fantastic.
Worth it?
Oh my goodness. It was great. It was great. I don't know if you watch it. I like watching when people have these, you know, he had an issue in the public
so
eye.
you're a big apology tour guy?
Like the Aziz stand-up special.
That was good. I watched that.
It was very good.
But Aziz I feel like, was a little less...
of course. Like, I mean, anybody could have been Aziz, in my opinion. I feel
you're right.
Like that's an everyman journey, I think.
Right.
But obviously Louis a little bit different. Still not as, you know, I mean, it's not ideal what he's done.
No, it's pretty horrific.
It's not, but you know, it's definitely not Cosby level or like Michael Jackson level.
Right.
And you know, I still listen to Thriller once in a while. So I can't really forsake Louis. But yeah, he goes into it in pretty good depth, I would say. But the stand-up special is fantastic. I love apology tours.
So he does talk about it.
Yeah, towards the end, like he kind of talks about it at the start, and the entire show you think, okay, maybe he's not going to talk about it, and then he spends about 10-15 minutes at the end.
Interesting.
But worth it.
All right, I got one here. Macro investor Raoul Paul says the Fed is just papering up the cracks of coronavirus crisis. So, yeah, I guess this is...
Speaking about shits coming out of America, let's paper up the crack.
That you nailed it. I mean, that's it.
Nailed it.
There we go. Comes full circle, man. We're just killing it here today.
I tell you,
on this Friday morning.
Have there been two better hosts?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think we're definitely two of the top, at least two of the top 100.
At the very least
in crypto.
I apologize. I'm not going to talk over your news anymore. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The Federal Reserve and U.S. government are working aggressively to implement policies aimed at addressing the financial crisis triggered by COVID-19 and the economic impact of societal shutdown. Americans across the country have begun receiving the stimulus checks to recoup lost income. Meanwhile, the Fed has said that it would serve as a backstop for the junk bond market, announcing for the first time purchases of corporate bonds, including those in junk territory. Interesting. So, such actions have triggered a cavalcade, what a great word, of critics, some of whom argue that the stimulus doesn't go far enough to address mounting unemployment. Others say the Fed's action could result in a surge in inflation. In an episode of The Scoop, Raoul Paul, legendary macro investor and founder of Real Vision, joined the block to talk on the macro backdrop. And Powell argues that the impact of COVID-19 on consumer behavior, including a dip in spending on concerts and restaurants, is not being truly appreciated by the markets. I would tend to agree with that. What do you think?
I agree. I agree with that full-heartedly.
I mean, I can't believe that the stock market just keeps going up, and
that scares me more than anything. More than the virus.
Like, you almost feel like it almost feels like an exit scam.
Right? No, it's the dead cat bounce, man. That's what
right.
it is.
Like, it's going to go back to where it was before. Everybody's going to be like, oh, this is great. And then wham, the bottom's going to drop out. That's what I think. It's
February 2018, for those of you who remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what you look at the chart. Like, it's exactly what it looks like. I'm like, oh, this is that last gasp of air until it completely just goes to shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so too. I mean, we're at like 20 million unemployment claims in a month, and
come on.
I just don't see it anywhere close to rebounding. Like, the other thing too is if people truly thought this would be over in a month, they wouldn't be continuing to lay off people. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we're probably seeing a little lag effect from the last couple of weeks in these new weekly claims, but people are still getting laid off. Like, and if that's the case, that means they don't really see this coming to an end anytime quite soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least to a place where they're fully rebounded, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, it's... and I think a lot of these companies just don't have a clue period, as to what's no, I mean, really, I mean, how could, they're trying to mitigate any sort of damage on their end, not knowing when it's going to be, better. I'm not sure if they have a better view of this than anybody else, but I don't know. I just, yeah, I think there are a lot of knee-jerk reactions, and I think there's a lot of programs for companies to take advantage of, even if they let go of or furlough a bunch of people, right? So
in theory,
yeah. So I know here in Canada there's tons of company-based incentives to keep employees, but I think there are to, even if you do get rid of employees, you can still benefit from some of these plans. So we'll see. I don't know how I trust these companies.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We're still, at least man, I don't know. I'm so worried about mine. I feel
still worried about your job?
Totally, all the time. And I'm pretty, I mean, I'm upper management, and it's still worrisome. You never know.
I don't blame you, especially since your company is very retail oriented.
It is. It is.
All this, exactly what we're talking about, has to go into all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. It's crazy. But anyway, you got one more?
I do have one more. This is from obviously the block crypto. Binance is launching a new Ethereum-compatible blockchain. Interesting. I wonder if that's going to have an effect on the price of Ethereum. Crypto exchange Binance is launching a new Ethereum-compatible blockchain with BNB as a native token, dubbed, quote, Binance Smart Chain, or BSC. The new blockchain would have smart contract functionalities like Ethereum. This is a quote from the white paper itself. Quote, the first practical and widely used smart contract platform is Ethereum. To take advantage of the relatively mature application and community, BSC chooses to be compatible with the existing Ethereum mainnet, Binance said in the white paper. This was published on last Friday. Binance already operates its native blockchain called Binance Chain, BC, which powers its decentralized exchange Binance DEX. As it doesn't provide enough freedom and flexibility to the developers of the decentralized apps, Binance is launching another native blockchain. And that's the reason for the Ethereum-compatible one.
More native blockchains.
I want a native blockchain that runs on Tron. I want a native blockchain that runs on, I don't know, what else? Verge? Is that still a thing? That would be terrific.
Binance with more native blockchain.
Yeah. BSC would run in parallel to BC and would be interoperable. Quote, the Binance DEX will remain a liquid exchange venue for assets in both chains. This dual chain architecture will empower its users to build their decentralized apps and digital assets on one blockchain and take advantage of the fast trading to the exchange of the other. So that's exciting. So more blockchains for everybody. Which should be a really, really good time, I think. But Binance is doing its thing. I feel Binance is working really, really hard to do stuff. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of it's just spinning wheels. You can do all the.
Yeah,
hard
I'm not
work.
really sure what it all actually.
What are we doing here? What are we doing? Yeah. What's the benefit? Again, this might be a long game for them, where, in a year or two or three, that this is all making a lot of sense for a lot of people. But in the short term, hard to see the forest for the trees, in my opinion. So we'll see. Do you have another news article for us?
I actually did, but it was behind a paywall, so we're going to dump it. It's trash.
Dump it. It's trash.
So instead, that's going to do it for us for the news. We are going back to the well with slang words teens are using that Chamber doesn't know.
REKT. REKT.
Chamber, How did you feel after the first one?
Like ancient, I think is probably the best word I would use.
We
to
got some
describe
good
myself.
feedback on this segment, by the way.
We did.
People liked it.
Yeah, like I think Radster was a big fan of it. I know he had mentioned something. So shout out to you, Radster. I feel
Apples.
Apple.
That's what I call them, apples.
That's right. Who else? I feel like there were some other folks talking about, but we did get some good positive feedback. I feel like everybody felt as old as we did. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
So you had homework though.
I did have homework. You had asked me to put out a tweet using all the words I learned during that segment. So I tagged it here underneath the show tweet from that episode. Do you want me to read it out loud for you here?
I definitely do.
All right. So the tweet was, "Big yikes. Her fit was extra, comma, period. No cap. I'm throwing shade, but mine was fire. You're going to wig. Bet."
Amazing.
I'm throwing shade, but mine was fire. You're going to wig. Bet. So no cap and bet and wig are probably the ones I've incorporated into my...
Wig is just great.
Wig is so good. No cap I like a lot. And then, bet. I think those are the three I'll probably use the most going forward.
All right, we got a new round for you today.
All right, I'm excited.
And you're gonna have the same homework.
Okay, all right.
All right. So the way this worked the first time, we'll do it the same way.
Okay.
We're going to just ask you or tell you the word, and then we are going to see if you can tell us what it means beforehand, and then afterwards I will read the definition as it says here and the examples.
Okay.
The first word is flex.
Oh, I hope it's the same. I hope the meaning hasn't changed since I've been using it. Flex is like, when you flex on somebody, when you kind of show off, when you're kind of bragging about something you're doing, I guess.
Correct. Yes, 100%. To flex as a verb is to knowingly flaunt and show off. As a noun, a flex is the thing being shown off itself. So, for example, he drove himself to school in a new car the day after he got his license. He's trying to flex. Or situation 2, big flex. I just got a job promotion last night.
I also like, I made
weird flex, but that's cool. Weird flex, but that's cool. That's the one I like.
Weird flex, but that's cool is absolutely my favorite. Or subtle flex. Subtle flex I like, and weird flex are my two faves. So,
which basically has taken the place of like humble brag, right?
Right, exactly. Right. Okay.
So number 2, go off.
Now, go off, in my opinion, means like, lose it on somebody. Like, if somebody is frustrating you, you're gonna go off on them, or somebody's talking trash, you're gonna, you're gonna do the same, and you're gonna go off on them. Is that about right?
So I think this is more gearing towards like somebody responding to you. Like if I were to respond to one of your like ranty tweets,
right,
I would respond with "go off." Like I'm encouraging you to do the rant is like what
preach?
This sounds like.
Like kind of like preach.
Right. So go off can be used to encourage a choice or to support a rant or ridiculous behavior that's already occurred, usually meant humorously. So here's the sentence. Right. You sat here for 5 minutes trying to tell me how to live my life. Meanwhile, I have yet to see you get yours together, but go off, I guess.
Oh, okay. All right. I see it. Okay. All right.
All right. There you go.
Good about it.
I don't know. I don't know this one. I don't even know how to say it. I'm guessing it's.
Can you type it into the chat so I can?
I'll spell it for you.
Okay. I can't spell or read. So
L.
Yeah.
E. W. K.
Like look.
I guess.
Like look. Luke.
That's what it looks like here. That's what it looks like.
I'm gonna say it's a variation of the word look, and like maybe that's like when you're trying to make your point and be like, hey, look, okay. So maybe it's something like that, like an emphasized look. Like hear my side of the story.
You're close.
Oh,
you're
am I? I
close,
thought it was
and
way
you're not
off.
too far off. Look is a variation of look,
Okay, good.
but it's referring to a signature physical trait or a specially and carefully constructed outfit or appearance.
Like a look, like a
yes, like
yeah, I got
somebody's
you.
look, right?
I
So
see.
their dress at prom was a look.
Gotcha.
Or did you see Megan? This what? I don't even know who this is. Did you see Megan Thee Stallion's look in her newest video?
Could you? Could you? Can you incorporate fit and look?
Oh yeah,
That fit was a real
that
look?
That fit was her look.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. All right,
Okay.
this one you definitely know. Lit.
Oh, I mean, lit is one of my faves. It just means it's the best. Like it's exciting. Like that party was lit. This podcast is lit most of the time. It's lit. LIT.
Yeah. Lit is an adjective to describe when something's amazing, exciting, high energy, or otherwise great, otherwise known as REKT podcast. It can alternatively mean intoxicated or drunk.
Right. Yeah.
That party was lit. I was way too lit last night.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. Sometimes I have an edible and I get way too lit.
Okay, here we go. Next up here, low key / high key.
Ooh. Now, low key, I get. Low key is like, you could say somebody like that chick is low key hot, I guess. Like subtly,
Yeah, right,
I guess.
right, sure.
You know what I mean?
Modest.
Right. Now, high key, obvious, I guess. Like it'd be the difference between subtle and obvious. Maybe?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
It says low key means slightly, secretly, modestly, or discreetly. It is the opposite of high key for when you're sincerely or assertively into something. So, for example, like the sentence here, I low key can't wait for summer to be over.
Right, exactly.
Oh, but the other one says, I high key love snow.
These kids, man, I don't know. Just fucking speak properly.
Like, what the fuck? High key. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Very confusing.
That's stupid is what it fucking is. You know who I think would hate this segment? Bully.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
yeah.
from everything I know about him on Twitter, I think he would hate this. All right, here's another one you know. Salty.
Oh, I mean, thank goodness I have Twitter because I wouldn't know half of these words. Salty is, the definition of Twitter most of the time, of crypto Twitter specifically, most of the time. It just means angry, ornery, cranky. Cranky's probably the best compatible word, I would say.
Yeah, to be salty is to be annoyed, upset, bitter, usually about something minor.
Yeah.
So, like, you look really salty right now, or I'm mad salty right now, though, low key. That's what this says.
I love this. I'm hearing all these words. I'm like, I feel it's going to be a little harder to make a tweet out of all these words.
Yeah, I think so. How about slay?
So, back in my day, slay meant to have sex with a lady. Slay dragons would be like have sex with maybe
With a dragon.
Not as pretty of a lady.
To have sex with a dragon.
Yeah. So slay dragons. Yeah. That's what I know it as. I went slaying last night.
No, that's not what this is.
Not it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it could be a variation of this of what you're saying. To slay is to do really well or succeed at something. The term first emerged during the 1970s and 80s in the midst of black drag and ballroom culture, like slay queen. You know.
You've said a bunch of words. I don't know why.
The sentence one. Oh, here you go. It's your favorite word packed into another one. She slayed that fit.
She did slay that fit.
Or
Okay.
I slayed that test. Or situation 2, how do I look? Girl, you slay.
I like it. Okay. All right. I see. Yeah, I get what that means.
Like slay, queen.
Yeah.
You know?
No cap.
No cap. How about this one? Shook.
Oh, that might be one I use the most.
Yeah, you probably. I've seen you
I get
use this
shook
one.
a lot.
Specifically, I remember you were quite shook at Kobe.
I got real shook at Kobe. I guess it's just being. What's the right word? Just being. I don't know. What's the word? What's the definition I'm looking for? It's being
Shocked, surprised,
exactly,
scared, affected
shocked.
negatively, emotionally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Affected.
Taken aback. Yeah. Yes. Can't believe how that movie ended. I'm shook.
Yeah, I'm shook. I say it so much that I don't know any other word for it, so it's just like, oh yeah, you got to know what shook means. So yeah, I get shook. I get shook a lot. For those of you guys who have Disney Plus, I was shook at the end of the movie Onward. It's the new Pixar movie. It shook me big time. So yeah, that was the last time I was shook recently. So.
All right, here's one I'm not sure that you would know. Let's see. Stan.
Okay. It's amazing that you brought this up because I hear this word a lot. And I used to listen to a lot of Laker podcasts until recently.
I'm not going to give it away.
Yeah, I'm a Laker stan.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm a Kobe stan, more specifically. But I would
so you know how to use it.
I know how to use it, but I didn't know what it meant, and I always thought it was like a fan, right? Like it was like, is it a combination of two words? But correct me if I'm wrong, because I'll tell you what I think it means now, and I might be wrong, but it basically means just like a fanatic. But I think it stems from the Eminem song Stan, where Stan's writing the letters. And it's just like an insane fan. And I think that's a stan. So is that correct?
I'm shook.
Are you shook? Did I get it exactly right?
You got it exactly.
Oh, yes! So I just put this together.
Stan can be a noun for an overzealous and obsessive fan, a verb meaning to be that kind of fan. It originated from an Eminem song of the same name.
Amazing.
Someone can be a stan of a celebrity, or used as a verb, they can stan them. The word can also be used to express tame support of a person or cause. So you used it already in a sentence correctly. But there's a couple different ways. Like, you're a Lakers stan.
Yeah.
Or this sentence says, I stand pretty hard for Lizzo. Don't say that to the Game of Thrones stans.
Right.
She is an incredible pop singer, unproblematic, who loves and supports equal rights. We have to stan.
So like, we have to stand, or I stand for, I haven't used in a sentence. Because it almost sounds like I stand
Right.
for. So I've heard that term for a while, but I would say
I can't believe you nailed its origin.
I would say that's only come about in the last like month, where I pieced it together.
You cheated.
And then I made I wish I would bring my wife down right now, because I literally explained this to her last week.
That's so funny. All right,
and then we played the video. I can
Dear
show,
Mister, I'm too good to call or write my fans.
I'm gonna show you. I don't know if I physically can. I'm gonna take a screenshot of my phone from my YouTube and show you how far back I've gone to watch that. So I think that's proof. If I can show you that I've watched the video,
I believe you. I'm shook. You know,
I was actually kind of hoping that explanation was wrong. A little bit, like,
no, you fucking nailed it.
That I had this insane theory about this Eminem song, and like nobody else was thinking that. But I'm happy that I was right. But a little piece of me wanted it to be wrong.
All right, a couple more. T.
Like just the letter T?
No, TEA.
I have no idea.
Tea is gossip, and spilling the tea is the act of gossiping. We can also thank black drug culture for this iconic phrase. Tea is also used when one is agreeing with a point that someone just said. Okay? Situation 1, spill the tea. What did he say? Situation
Really?
2, last night was a mess. Here's the tea. And situation 3, and then I said, I can't support or be with someone who doesn't love and support me. Tea.
Really? That's such a strange, like, spill the tea doesn't seem like that sounds like something out of England. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't seem like an American.
It sounds like
drug.
a sexual move. English sexual move.
Yeah, I'm going to spill the tea. I'm arriving.
That's what I was just going to say.
I forgot where that was from, but that was awesome.
I have arrived.
I have arrived.
I'm spilling the tea. Oh, my God. All right, next one. Couple more here.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
Oh, I mean, you can't be on crypto Twitter and not know these thirsty goons out there. Thirsty is.
I mean, do we even have to go over this one?
No, I mean, just I guess horny Twitter personalities that are thirsty of
I mean, it doesn't just apply to Twitter, but
but anybody that's fawning over another person sexually, I think is thirsty.
Oh, I think it's the other way around too. If you're posting overly
Sexual?
aggressively, like the sentence here, he's posted like 10 selfies in the last hour. He's so thirsty. I think it's like craving attention craving as well.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes.
So not just guys oogling girls on Twitter.
Correct. The other
Okay.
one is you can actually
Like
be,
thirsty
the
simps?
The poster is thirsty as well.
Okay. So you
And
can't.
I think it comes from like thirsty for attention.
I see. So
Yes.
not just thirsty simps. Also,
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, that is.
That was the last one.
That was the last one.
That was
yeah.
good. All right, I feel good about it. I tell you, the back half I felt much better about.
Yeah, you did much better on the back half.
Those first ones were insane. So T was that was an eye opener. I didn't realize that one. I don't know if I can incorporate that one. I actually incorporated. Thirsty, I mean, I don't incorporate too much in my day-to-day, but I'm aware of it when I read it. But, flexing and, those types of things, I feel like I use them already. So I don't feel as old today as I did earlier this week. So I guess that's good. I'm still an old man, though.
That's good. That's good. But, I mean, that's going to do it for us. Do you have anything else to say?
No,
or do you have any more tea to spill?
I do not have any more tea to spill. Dad, thanks for listening, maybe.
I don't know. Did we talk about that on air or not?
No, I was off air, so if you made it this far.
Well, now you got to tell people.
My father listened to his first episode. I think we've done 175 of these things. He listened to his first episode yesterday, and he said within 20 minutes he learned more about me in 20 minutes than he has in the past 20 years. So it was a real moment. So whether or not he continues to listen is up to the gods.
The gods.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll see if he gets a little Easter egg for him here at the end. So, old man, thanks for listening. If you did, if not, sorry, you're going to be in an old age home real soon.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us. And until next time, don't get wrecked. And that is financial advice.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. You can help support us by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and become a REKT patron by signing up for a monthly tier on patreon.com. That's patreon.com/REKT podcast. Don't get wrecked.